Welcome back to Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. My name is Ricky, and today we're going to be taking on the Intercontinental Series. It's a 3-event championship, and each event has 5 stages each. So, as you might imagine, I have already started some of these stages in the first one, where we will be playing in Australia. So here we have, I have raced the first 3 stages. The last 2 are still super long, but I didn't want the episode to get way too long, so I did 3 of them. As you can see, 4 out of the 5 of them are in gullies, and 1 of them is at a farm. We're going to be taking on the Serpentine Gully first, and then I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But I really like the name Serpentine Gully because, look at it. If you look at it over the side, it definitely looks like a snake, and I hate snakes. So this is going to suck, but thankfully we are very much in first place. So
I think we got everything on the recce, so we should be in for a good run.
Cool. The car looks really good because I didn't crash it at all in the last stage. It wasn't 3, 2, 1, go. After was it last week or the week before that I did the false start? I think it was last week, wasn't it? That I jumped the gun. I've been very careful about it. Anyway, so I didn't actually crash the car at all in the last stage. There wasn't a it wasn't a repair one right before this one. It was a repair for the last one. So I assume there's going to be a lot of snakes on this trail that we'll be running over and crushing, because that would be really cool. I would love to drive over thing. Also, it's raining. It's been raining this entire event. I think the first one there wasn't rain. But one thing I've noticed is the crowds don't seem to be as dressed for rain as you'd think. Like, there are no umbrellas, nothing. And I think that's weird. And I think that's an oversight on Codemasters. And I'd be willing to pay for DLC that put umbrellas on the crowds when it was raining. I mean, it kind of looks like they're wearing... Oh, crap, I wasn't paying attention. It kind of looks like they're wearing raincoats and stuff, but it's hard to tell. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about... across the bridge. Across the bridge. There we go. Today I want to talk about the engineers, the 2 new engineers. They're not that new. I've been meaning to talk about them for a while. Oof. There we go. Okay. Their names are, sorry. Their names are Carol, who is, Carol Pavardi, who is the, lead engineer, and Kristen. And, so these 2 new, they're not that new. They've been around for a while. I just haven't, but they're the newest members of the team. Carol, this is her first engineer job, or first lead engineer job, sorry. Same as with Hank, for that matter. And I suspect Jamie, although I haven't talked to Jamie about this, but I suspect Jamie likes to hire people that have very little to no experience at doing their jobs, because well, I'm just guessing here, but because she's young, something sounds bad, and I don't know if it's the wind or if it's the car. Okay, I don't hear it anymore, so it must have been the wind. Or it fixed itself. So I wonder if Jamie likes to hire people with no experience, because it's hard to find a job when it's hard to get experience when you don't have experience, and it's hard to find a job when you don't have experience. It's sort of this weird loop that a lot of people who are looking for an employment right out of like college or something have a hard time finding a job, because either you have to know somebody or you have to have like 8 years of experience. And the only way to get 8 years of experience is to get a job, but you can't get hired without the experience. And so I think she might like to do that, because she did it with Hank as well. Although, again, Carol she is an engineer. She's had engineer jobs. In fact, her last engineer job featured, she wasn't the lead engineer, but also featured Kristen. So, but I'll talk a little more about Kristen in a second. So Carol is young. And Maggie really likes that, because, you know what, I'll be honest with you, Maggie doesn't really handle the people who aren't her age all that well, because she feels like she can't connect with them, despite the fact that she easily could. Like, I think a lot of people in different generations think they can't connect with people in other generations because they have nothing in common, because they like different things and they know about different things. But that's just crap. But anyway, so Jamie, on the other hand, does not care about their age. Jamie just wants them to do a good job. And they've both been doing very good jobs. Carol is a very good leader. A very good leader. You know, not that we expected her to be a bad leader. I mean, she could be. It's her first time leading. Oh, bridge. Okay. And the end. There's the finish. All right. Wow, that was a short little... Man! Right there at the end, I whack into the side.
Great stage. Good work.
Okay. Right there at the end, I hit the gate. The fencing. Oh, still in first, though. Still in first. Event standings. So, as you can see from the event standings, we are just over a minute ahead of everybody else. I don't fully understand why. I will say this. We are back in the WRX, if you didn't notice. It's been a while since we've raced in it, and it feels so good to be home. You know what I mean? It just feels so good to be home.
All okay. No holdups ahead. You ready to go?
Is there an option to not?
5, 4,
3, 2, 1, go. So,
100 through dip.
Carol, she's kind of, I mean, well,
Right 380.
Carol is, she's kind of quiet, but not like,
60.
mousy. Just kind of keeps to herself when she's not in charge. Like when she's
Keep left.
telling people, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. She is a little spitfire when it comes to that. But just kind of keeps to herself when it's personal time, when she's not on the clock, when we're traveling, stuff like that. So I don't know that much about her, other than, you know, it being her first job, and that, you know, she's been doing a good job. I can see that the team really respects her. The other new engineer, again, not that new, is Kristen, and she so she is she's been around a couple of different teams, not so much like a Jack or Petra in the going from team to team trying to get experience. More than anything else, going from team to team. Actually, she hasn't gone from team to team to team to team. So she's worked for 2 other teams. And the last team she worked for, she also worked with Carol. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to slam into you with my car, but it didn't matter because I magically warped out to the center of the road. That's not great news. But I'm sorry. So she worked with Carol, but not the whole time, because she had to walk away for a little while. I don't know all the details. All I know is that her father got sick, and he's better. I don't know if he's okay, but he's better. And so she was starting to look for a job, but no one was really hiring when she started looking for a job. And then her good old buddy Carol started the lead. Got the lead engineer job for Jamie here, and she called her up, and Kristen called Carol up and said, too many K names. That was yeah. So Kristen called Carol up and said, hey, do you think is she looking for another engineer? Do you think she might be needing another engineer, because I need a job? And Carol said, yeah, absolutely. I'll ask. And Jamie was like, you know what? If you say she's good, she's good. Sat down. I know the interview went very quickly. Sat down with her, talked her over a little bit. Turns out she knows Subarus pretty well. And that was basically like, okay, that's exactly what we're looking for, because Jack knew Subarus, and Jack leaving meant that we didn't have a Subaru expert on the team anymore. Which, I mean, we don't exclusively drive Subarus, but, you know, Jamie does drive the best in Subarus, because for some reason, I am much better in this car than I am in any other vehicle. I don't know if it's just because I've driven it enough that I kind of know how to drive it. Ignore that, mind you. But hey, it was a barrel roll. Barrel rolls are fun. So that was good, because that was one of the things Jamie was looking for in a new engineer, was to be a little more familiar with the Subaru vehicles. And so she had that, and she was recommended by by Carol. So all right, let's go for it. You know, that was Jamie's attitude. Here's the thing that I have found out about Kristen, though, is that she is hunting for that lead engineer job. Like, no one else on the team is that isn't the lead engineer is hunting for that lead engineer job. So Kristen might not be with us for too long. Like, she signed a contract, so she's going to stay in the contract through 6 championships. And that'll still be a while, because championships are long. Like, this one's 3 events, which is like, well, which is 3 episodes or more. So she'll be around for a while, but she might not be around for forever. You know, so I'm not saying don't get attached to her. I am saying if she gets a chance to move up, she's gonna take it. And at least that's the impression I get from a few people in the know. I will say this: she is loud and she is jovial. And from what I've heard, again, from a lot of the same people, a couple of the drivers, a couple other engineers, I'm going to tell you this right now. You know, look, here's the thing about the Dirt 4 world. They like to talk about other people. Not like gossip in a negative way. It's almost always positive. It's not always positive, I'll be honest with you. It's very rarely, however, untrue. So, yeah. So she might want to go get a new job. And to be honest with you, who could blame her for wanting to move up to a lead engineer job, you know? So if she gets the chance, she's probably going to take it.
Perfect. Good job.
Yes. I mean, it's not that well done. Do you see the front of the car? First. Event standings first. That is. Okay. So we basically just crushed everybody. We're back. We're back. We're back. It's been a while since we've had that thrill of just complete domination. Or I have had that thrill of complete domination, rather. First place. Skip over all that. 22. Oh, well, as you can see, I didn't complete one stage cleanly, which is probably a surprise to nobody watching these videos, but there you go. But a lot of delicious, delicious Dirt 4 credits. And a level up! So this was the first third of the Intercontinental Series. The next 2 take us to Sweden and the USA. So thankfully not Spain. This has been Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more Dirt 4.